Hey, how's it going, guys? Garcia here with your daily portfolio update. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the expiration day that usually lands on Friday and what I did today with all the covered calls and cash secured puts. So let's get to it. Today we closed at $352,785.19. So today it looks like we're slightly up, and this is the current state of the portfolio. So today we were up 1% in the Roth IRA. We're up pretty high. We're up 6% at one point in the Roth IRA. And it kind of went back down, but we still ended up green. In the past 3 months, we're up 100%. Holy shit. Wow, we doubled the portfolio in the past 3 months. Goddamn. Year to date, we're up 13%. Every time I see 1337, I think of that late. The past year, we're up 193% and 163% all time, going back to December 11th, 2023. Okay, so we got $1,600 in buying power, and that is because I bought to close the Rocket Lab covered calls in this account. I'll go over it in the next portfolio. So this is the current total percent change. So we're still down 32% on the AMD calls and down 1.5% on NVIDIA, but we're up 72.8% on the Rocket Lab shares. And here's the equity. Okay, let's check out the main account here. And I do love that the shade of green that the portfolio is. I didn't like that lime green that was on for a couple weeks. I hope it stays this way. This portfolio was up 1.4%. And in the past 3 months, this portfolio is up 91%. Year to date, it's up 16%. 539% in the past year. This was the day that I wanted to look back from and just see how high. Like, this is like basically the lowest of the low was January 31st of last year. That was the lowest this portfolio ever was from all time, going back to 2021. Started at 79 grand, and it's like deposits, withdrawals, whatever, but this was the lowest point, was right around here, which was exactly 1 year ago today. So this is the most drastic the portfolio is going to look as far as percent change in a good while. At least that's what I mean, unless tomorrow we really start pumping up much higher. Not bad. But yeah, 255% all time, going back to August 2nd of 2021. Buying power, we're at 260,000. Basically the whole account. There's nothing in cash secured put, no collateral being used, no margin being used as collateral. So these are all free and clear. All the shares are also free and clear. Palantir and Rocket Lab, totally free to continue running up. I'm still deciding what to do with Rocket Lab, if I'm going to be selling covered calls and cash secured puts next week. I am considering selling some puts and calls. So for me, when I look at Rocket Lab, where it's at and where it could go, I kind of look at where it's been and where it's been bouncing around, and I kind of use that as some type of gauge. I don't use fancy charts. I mean, to be honest, I barely even use the candle charts. People who like to use this. I just kind of go off of this, really. And I'm kind of looking at, it's hitting resistance around here. This seems to be a floor, the low 20s. So I'm a little hesitant to put on a lot of cash secured puts right now. But I think I still will do it. But I'll start off with a small position. I'll start off with a 25% position. And what I mean is, see how it says I have 130,000 available? Let's look at how many contracts it would take to use that up. 137 grand. See the max loss? That's the total amount being used. So it looks like I could sell 40 contracts at once and use up my entire margin, but I wouldn't do that. So what's 25% of that? That looks like 10 contracts. So I might start with 10 contracts, and I might sell some on Monday. And I usually go off of the mark or the last trade, somewhere around here. So it'd be like 1.47. So it'll be something like this. Tie up 29 grand. But at the same time, I would sell some covered calls as well. I would sell the covered calls way out though. I would probably go up to $36 again, maybe. Probably go up to 36. But I would probably do it for half of the shares. Okay, that's the total percent change, and here is the equity. So we got 165 in Palantir and 94 grand in Rocket Lab. And here's the realized profit and loss year to date. So far, we've realized $21,000 worth of profits. So that is going to be taxed. Some of it at long term, some of it at short term. So I'm going to have to set some money aside for tax season. But this is a good problem to have. You know, when people say, but the taxes, it kind of tells me that you're more afraid of making money than it is in just paying your taxes and just making more money. Okay, so let's get to some of the stuff that's been posted on Twitter. Excuse me. Oh, I thought this was cool. So I kind of set like a compilation of my favorite Alex Karp videos.
The courage to look past conventional. But every financial analyst wakes up in the morning and after, with notable exceptions that we.
I thought at least part of your question was about
Awesome.
if there is a way.
You're saying your edge technology will not be used as a weapon. It's one of the most interesting ways to build a weapon.
Again, none of this matters if you're like some academic project, you don't succeed. Yeah. We sued the government not to buy our product, but to ensure that people bought products that worked, because the most important thing in my view that can happen for the preservation of the West and its values is for the U.S. military to be by far the best in the world.
And now there's a tech ecosystem. We were at the beginning to use the language of Palantirians. We are the OG.
Every time you say the world's dumbest thing about Palantir, the smart person in the room says, it can't quite be that simple.
Now, I think the tech community is the most supportive part of our economy in protecting our nation. And
why did that flip, by the way?
Hey, they stopped hating the player or the game.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg! By the way, on the last note, how do we have the best investors in the world? Especially individual investors. Why do they stick with us when times were hard? Why do they fight for Palantir?
Also, I'm exceedingly grateful to all of you individuals.
And dude, Alex Karp absolutely crushing it. And he actually had an interview that was aired by CNBC today. I think it's called Money Movers. He crushed it, as always. Here. Elon Musk reposted JD Vance talking about how the procurement process for the Department of Defense and the U.S. in general has to change, and talking about how war has changed, giving examples from Ukraine. And I was posting, I wonder which company taught the U.S. how war has changed in the Ukraine. I mean, Palantir was always there from the beginning. Here was kind of capturing the lowest points compared to Rocket Lab. I mean, Rocket Lab was up 473% in the past year. Palantir up 394%. And NVIDIA was up 100% since last year. And to think, hey, this little portfolio that I just freaking bought Palantir and started selling covered calls. I was selling puts on the stock. I sold a little bit of Palantir. I rolled. I had to pay for the rolls. Somehow, I'm still outperforming. Dude. This is... So...
You're not.
That's right. I don't think I posted this the other day. But, yeah, it looks like my post talking about Jesse's misleading charts got to him. He's been bitching about me for like 2 days. Here he is. Did you just listen to this?
What is that, dude?
You think you're seeing legitimate statistics, you're not. And the
All right, hey, Jarrett, you can go somewhere else then, dude. You can talk. Here, you know what? You're not talking anymore. I'll put you in a timeout. Make it 24 hours. Fuck off. If any of you guys want to be supporters of Garcia, that's cool. You're just not going to be here anymore, okay? And he's done well because he invested in Palantir, one fucking stock. Anybody, any moron who held that stock did well, okay? That's one fucking company. You know what? I'm just going to ban that guy. You're just not going to talk here anymore, dude. So anybody else want to come out and say anything? Cool. Let me know. Now you don't have the ability to speak here anymore. Bye.
Dude, like, it's not like I'm slandering the guy. Like, I just posted one, I don't like him, like, on a personal level. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, you got the idea here. I mean, the dude's sensitive as fuck. Like, he loves to curse people out. He loves to act almighty and shit. But then he can't take, like, the slightest pushback. Or this guy, you know, the homie Jarrett just said,
that's cool.
All he said was this. All Jarrett Madsen said, Garcia Cup has done well. That's it. He didn't insult Jesse. He didn't go after him. Thank you, Jarrett. Hopefully the ban, you know, it's okay, man. We'll make it. You're always welcome here, bro. So, oh, and here are some of the puts and calls that I closed out. So I closed out the Rocket Lab covered calls at a 95% profit. So $320, not bad. Here are the NVDL $48 cash secured puts at 96% profit for $1,800. The Rocket Lab $50 puts, I closed them at a 61% profit or $920. And I think it was the covered calls as well. Not sure why the covered calls didn't show up here. Oh, they're right here. I guess because it was hidden. Closed them out at 92% profit for $1,000. So, I mean, this isn't pennies, you know. People say selling options is like collecting pennies in front of the steamroller. I mean, sure, if it was the 1920s, but these are dollars. These are dollars that I've been picking up, buying more shares, selling options, buying more shares. So it's working for me. Here is the realized profits that I shared on Twitter. Every time I was rewatching that clip, I mean, even right now.
All right, hey, Jarrett, you can go somewhere else. You can talk here. You know what? You're not talking anymore. I'll put you in a timeout. Make it 24 hours.
That's literally how I felt, man. But yeah, it looks like that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hey, if you're a fan of Jesse, I'm not going to ban you from the channel. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, each and every one of you guys. You know, you guys are awesome. Thank you for keeping up. And hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys tomorrow.